Okay.
3, 2, 1, action. Welcome to the Actors Soiree.
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back.
We are back to the Actors Soiree. I am Shelley.
I am Chip Evan Ryan.
Chip Evan Ryan.
I don't want to say my last name. Let's start over.
No, we're not. No. I love that it's different every
My home
time.
address
This
is... I'm going to bleep all this. So.
No, it's so great. Oh, what fun.
My phone number is...
Thank you for coming back. We were on a little holiday break, but this is episode 3.
Yes, it was a great holiday.
It was a good holiday.
What are we doing here?
Well, we're here to do a podcast. I'm kidding.
I asked myself, it's a genuine question. It's not part of the script. Why am I here? What are we doing?
Why am I here? It was great.
Why are we doing our lives right
Just
now?
left with existential crisis. So Actors Soiree is a fun little thing that we do where you play, so many hats. You're casting director, you're
therapist.
Yeah, you're a therapist. You're just a sponge sometimes. Sometimes you're just the viewer. He's everything.
The Chip.
He's the Chip.
Most of all, I'm a friend. You know, Shelley, I'm here for you.
This is true. That's number one. That's where you are. And then I am the actor so Chip will find scenes from certain things. And it might be things that I know are coming. It might be scripts that I don't know are coming.
We kind of alternate each week.
And then we play the game of I'm given this script and I kind of break down the actor's side of it.
I'm really judging you, right? Your assessment of the show and your summation of the...
I give the actor breakdown, a little bit of Shelley opinions about it.
Taking notes.
The actors. But I get into it so much. That's why sometimes he's the therapist. Because I am an emotional person.
I think it's the power of our setup. The furniture has
there's a reason this is in my home.
Press this upon us.
Yes.
Like it's not our choice even that we've become therapists in therapy.
Yeah. But that's what it is. We find we take pieces from art, from pieces that we like, movies, films, doesn't matter. Movies and films are the same thing. TV, film.
TV and film. Cinema.
Maybe even a theater
and
sometime.
Slop.
We'll see. And then I act it out. And I act it out usually firstly, from how I would have done it back in my green days when I just started.
Yeah, we do it twice.
And then I do it again as I would do it now, having all the experience and knowledge that I do.
That's about as good a job as I could have done summarizing the show. It would have taken me about 3-4 minutes. Like it took you. It's hard to. We just sort of like let's come up with our show.
There's a lot of tangents in between. We like to talk about things, and it goes this way, and then we come back, and then sometimes it goes this way, and then we come back.
This is why we have the outline. I think all these tangents are us not trusting the outline, not trusting the process, and I think we've got to trust the process more.
I think we trust the process. I just also think we like what we do, and it doesn't help that we're friends.
By what we do, you mean the sound of our own voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are friends, so it's fun to talk. I also have 4 cats in this house, so if you hear the one screaming in the background right now, that's David. He says hi.
I don't know if you're catching that right now, but David is vocal.
I don't know what his thing's going on right now.
He's following lead, he's learning from the
it.
best.
He also likes it.
You got to speak to be heard.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I actually wanted to bring a new segment this week.
Okay.
Onto the show. It's called "Have We Seen Any Good Acting Recently?" Okay. And this, I wrote in the notes movies that I saw that were good acting, but I think it could be. We got to bring in some real life acting.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking the other day, I was like, I do act. Life is an act, It
is.
Every day we're acting before God and our friends.
Did you tell your boss you were sick?
Yeah, well, we were just talking about the holidays.
Yeah,
seeing family.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So we're here to appreciate all kinds of acting.
We are.
Especially ones we like.
We are.
I'll go first because I had time to prep. I wrote the outline.
Okay.
Shelley's flying blind.
I
That's
am
kind of the
flying
fun of the
blind.
show.
Yeah.
For me at least. I don't know about the audience.
Yeah. So hold on one second. You go ahead.
You're
gonna cut. He won't stop screaming.
Okay, we're gonna have a cat break.
We've never had to have a cat break before. What is your deal? Huh? You just got your toy? I seriously thought you had an animal in your mouth with the way you were screaming. We've never had to take a cat break before.
No, I think we've had a cat
You've
break
been around
before.
here. Well, yeah, but like that.
So at this
that
point,
was,
it's part of the
that
show.
was ridiculous. My God. Okay, so new segment. Flying
New
blind.
segment?
You go.
Have you seen any good acting recently?
Yes. So I binged. Oh my God. So you'll learn that I'm terrible with names, films, people,
Are
all
they-
that jazz.
And they're an actor, I imagine.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of actors. It's Gary Oldman's Apple show.
Apple show.
Slow
Old Man.
Horses.
Okay, no.
My God. Jesus Christ,
What
Shelley,
is it?
get there. It's called
Slow Horses. Yes, I've seen
It is so good.
advertisements.
I knew it was going to be good. The only reason it took me so long to get into it was because I don't have a lot of time to sit.
We're
This is
gonna
one.
play a little Slow Horses right here.
I get it. We're just slow horses.
I hope you all enjoy it. It's gonna be probably really short. It's already done, because we can't
Obsessed.
get DMCA'd or whatever.
Obsessed. I mean, everybody's great.
Everybody.
Yes,
Gary
Gary
Oldman is.
Gary
in
Oldman. You
particular.
can't
He's
not.
just a
He's
producer.
not. He's never not great. Lanzow. Hold on, let me check his last name. I don't want to fuck up his name.
What about the acting? What does Gary Oldman play?
So he plays Prick.
He plays a
Just
prick.
straight up. Should be retired, but's not retiring because he doesn't have anything else really in his life going on, and he's just a dick. Like, he likes things kind of like his way, but also his way is like below garbage level. Like, he has no remorse for anybody. He will like flatulate right in front. Like, the man is a disgusting pig and he's just a dick, but he's a genius.
They need
Genius.
more nice old man roles on television.
Ah.
They're very few and far between. I mean, I feel like most of the old man roles I think of now are like crusty old man who's lost his
Yeah,
heart.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I feel like this one's a different little because it is a British show, and I'm a British freak, so I do like it for that reason. But
Take
even
note,
this
listeners.
isn't like cliche Brit asshole. This is very American, if you want my opinion.
Gary Oldman, I always imagine, is in very old American
Jack
pieces.
Loudon, that's his name.
I don't know. You might as well be saying.
I know.
You're speaking Greek to me right now. I can't say.
Jack
what that
Loudon is
means.
one of the other main characters, and he's. But I mean, I liked him before, but I got to really watch him in this, and I was obsessed.
Have you acted?
Obsessed.
At all over the holidays?
Have
you impressed yourself with their acting recently?
I had an audition. I had a couple auditions over the holidays, and I got one of them. I got a callback for that I was impressed enough because it was actually for a theater. It was for theater, but they wanted self tapes, which is always a little tricky because theater and on camera is so different. But I did the on camera well enough to get a self tape, or excuse me, I did the self tape on well enough to get a callback. The downside was my callback was like when they asked me, I was out of town. So I could not go to the theater to do the callback in person, which is what they wanted. So I had to try to impress them via Zoom for a theater role, which when they're doing callbacks in person.
That's never easy, I imagine.
It's
like
not easy.
I've done a lot of these sessions with her over Zoom, when we have our therapy sessions.
Yeah.
I mean, they're never as easy and never as good as in real life, like it's
Yeah.
harder to engage.
It's very, it's tricky to, it's more tricky to try to prove to them. You can't prove to them without being on a stage that you know what to do on a stage.
Yeah.
I was
that
surprised
too.
I was surprised they agreed to do my callback on Zoom.
Even from the moment, like, it's awkward, I imagine, even starting the scene a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
the timing is off for
it's-
everyone. Everyone's,
yeah.
like, trying to speak over each
Yeah,
other. And
they
they're in
don't,
different
you
connections.
can't tell by watching me on a camera that I know what to do on a stage because that is a whole thing. But, I mean, hey, I got a callback. I was just happy that they did the callback via Zoom because they could have been like, oh, you're out of town. Sorry, we're not going to do this. But they were at least polite enough to like fit me in there, which was really nice.
That is good. I imagine that there's a lot of productions that are less friendly to the actors.
Well, especially if you're doing theater, because their callbacks were in the theater. They wanted to see you on stage. So for me to be like, I'm so sorry, I am out of town working, and they're like, oh, they could have just been like, well,
Do you
sucks to
meet a
suck.
lot of other theater, like movie, like, I don't know, bi-curious actors on these theater sets? People who are also in movies and theater?
Yeah, theater though usually is mostly theater. A lot of on film or on camera have a lot of theater background. Like I started on the theater.
I know a lot of, they used to say people were Shakespearean trained back in the day.
Oh yeah, they
like
still do. It's a thing.
A school of acting thought.
I have training in an acting.
School? What's your school? What's your school? Like
Meisner.
Crane
I did
style
training,
or something?
I did.
I'm curious.
I did training in Meisner for quite some time.
Meisner. That's a
Yeah.
good sounding school.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one.
That sounds really fancy and, you know, respectable.
It's its own thing, man. You have Stanislavski, that's their own thing. Meisner's their own thing. Shakespearean's a whole thing.
What are they all about, these Meisnerians?
Meisner is really good about there's fucking like steps that you take.
Oh, it's like a pyramid scheme.
It's not.
You have to go
Well,
up
it
the
depends on
levels,
which
like-
school you're going to.
Or cult. I'm not
Dep-
sure.
yeah, it depends on which one. No, Meisner's whole thing is kind of using imagination to using your imagination to think of something to get you to that emotional level that you need to be. So the big thing that they would call is like being sheep. So like for instance, when you need to cry, like the way that Meisner, one of the teachings of Meisner is to use, they call it sheep. So think of something that makes you that emotional. So like I would think of my dad dying, or like my teacher, my Meisner teacher, that's what she always used. And she talked about it. She always thought of her dad dying, because anytime she thought of her dad dying, you immediately get emotional.
Yeah, you're already getting
So
me
you're
going a
using
little. Like,
sheep to get that emotional, and then you go into your scene. It works. I don't necessarily like to do that. I like to be way more in the scene. Like you'll definitely.
why
there
is
are
it a sheep?
ways-
I'm curious.
I don't know why they called it sheep. I don't know.
Something. It's like the sheep is sort of what the little emotional hook you're using to pull yourself into the
because
character
you don't have
and
to
the
tell
scene.
anybody. You don't have to tell anybody that that's what you're using. You can lie and be like, no,
Yeah.
this script just really took me there, when really that's not what you were thinking about.
It makes sense. You hear interviews of actors and they're like, you know, yeah, this is. They say I
Yeah.
pull upon. You have to pull upon
and
personal experience.
And sometimes you do, especially if you're doing a script where you have never, like if I'm doing a script and I have never had to, like I've never personally been in that situation, like this is extreme.
Like the
but
one
say,
we're
like,
about to
my
go over
kid-
tonight.
No, yeah, exactly. Or like say like your child died, or even something really happy. Like say you won the lottery. I've never fucking won the lottery, but you have to imagine something. You have to maybe think of something that has made you feel that happy.
Do you find? I'm just thinking about this. You got me thinking about like, just because we're talking about in some level just empathy. In
Yes.
some level, how do you relate to other people, someone's experience that's not your
Yeah.
own, right? Like,
Especially if you're not, well, I find it very hard to not be an empathetic person and be an actor. A lot of actors are empathetic, just off the get. But
well, you could say, I mean, a lot of acting you see looks like mocking in another form, you know?
you can. Some of it,
You
yeah.
could say there's an empathy in mocking, and that you're trying
You're
to sort
trying
of,
to.
you have to understand, but a lot of it is, you could also mock with mimicry, which isn't
Yeah.
necessarily like,
Yeah.
you
could
know,
just parrot 'em.
form of empathy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that there's definitely a way to approach it with empathy, you know.
I mean, you should.
I think I find
I say
myself
you
going
should.
from a place of mockery. I mean, I think of like, you know, like even acting from a young age, like when you're teasing people, like
Sure, yeah.
you know, you're like,
Well, and that's another.
Jimmy says it like this, like, oh, give me another ham sandwich, or you know, like
Yeah.
that's.
Well, that's another level of acting. Well, that's another way of acting too, because I will never tell anybody the right way or the wrong way to do it. Every actor has their way of doing it. But the more empathetic you are, the more vulnerable you are. And I think you get better actors that have more vulnerability, because you're letting yourself have these feelings. A lot of people don't like to have the big feels, and then it's not as organic. So mimicking
And is this
could
part
be a
of the
way of doing
Meisnerian
that.
thought, or is this
No, that's a
Schillerian
Schillerian
thought
That's
school?
a Schillerian thing. Yeah,
That
I like the
the
feels.
good juicy
Yeah.
acting is
I like to
limited
hear the
through
stories.
empathy.
I want to get in there. I'm one of those feely people.
I
You know
kind of-
this
I
about me.
agree, too.
How
I
many
mean-
times did you see me cry over the dumbest shit?
Yeah, I mean, fair.
A lot.
maybe this is the way that Shelley had. Maybe some people are incapable of this empathy. Well, you know,
It could be.
those people aren't on my couch right now.
Exactly, it's me.
In the
I'm the
office.
one with the issues.
Well, that
So,
you know.
so that was my new. That was my fantastic.
Gary
acting
Oldman.
that I've seen, and Jack Loudon. Like,
Jack Loudon.
Just, I mean, everybody on that show. I'm not taking it away from anybody. It was that obsessed.
I'll check it out. I mean, I'm
so good.
looking to get back into
It makes me so like I'm so
consumption.
I can't. I was obsessed with it. Not just a story, but the acting. And there's a part where I don't know if it's a me thing, if it's an actor thing, but I get almost like not jealous. It's not jealous. It's so envious. It hurts. Like I'm just like, God, what I would give to just be on that set one day as an extra, just to play with these people. Like I did. There was an episode that I was watching that was so great. I just started crying because I was like, God, I'd give anything to do with that. It was just so good.
Now, I don't see what happens on a lot of sets. I imagine that I've always imagined a little light play goes on between the shoots. You know,
I mean,
a little bit of maybe
it just be part of something that cool.
It's always, but those are my personal fantasies. Like, I'm just saying, like
Light play.
a little light play.
What about you? Tell us.
I saw some movies I liked some acting in, but I feel like we got to move on a little.
Okay.
Frankly, maybe I'll save that for next week.
We got very heavy.
I gotta portion out the good acting I see because I may have a week where I don't watch anything.
I mean, not every episode has to be the same. We got very heavy into some acting on this one. That's fine.
Yeah,
that is what we're doing.
We're just for. I keep forgetting to say we have the other segment of the show. At any point, we can take our shot.
It is therapy after all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Whenever we feel like we need it.
Yep. And always toast the house.
Yeah. To the cats.
The one that's just been walking around screaming.
Yeah. How I'm gonna like
all day. Nothing.
sync the audio is with the.
Oh my God. Hilarious.
Anyway,
So,
we're back on Requiem for a Dream.
Back on Requiem for a Dream, which you said you haven't.
I haven't even seen it, but it's like, everyone knows the music. Everyone's familiar with it to some degree. They know it's about drugs.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the basic plot from what I know. This is what I know the basic plot of Requiem for a Dream to be. The movie follows several characters as their lives unravel because of drugs, including a widow mother, Sarah, who gets hooked on amphetamines in order to lose weight and fit into a red dress that she wore when her husband and at her kid's graduation,
better.
And her husband liked it. She believes she will be on a guest at a TV show and wants to fit in the red dress to wear on the TV show.
Yep.
And it's sort of, it's this dream she has. That's the dream, I imagine, that gets Requiem.
There's a fantasy
at the end.
Her big fantasy.
Maybe, I imagine it's a collective dream that all these characters have. Like they all have their own little.
They all have a fantasy.
Something
Or not even really a fan. Hers is. I'd say hers is more fanatical. Hers is more.
And that's who you're going to be playing tonight.
I know.
You're playing. I'm playing.
This was a fun little extra surprise for me too,
Harry.
because I assumed I was going to play Harry's. I assumed I was going to play her son's girlfriend, but then I read it and I was like, oh, and I didn't even read. I did not read. The
I looked at a
script.
couple scenes that I thought would be good, and this performance and this writing I liked a lot.
I'm excited. I didn't even read it yet. I always do them. I try to do them very cold, so I'll do a quick peruse.
The writing in
before
this
I go
is
into
really
it, but
good, I think.
Oh my God, that film, yeah.
But I also thought some of the performances weren't very good, but they did the. Everyone else sort of did such a good job with it. It was good, and they pulled it up.
Sure.
And
that was who?
I'm shit talking this movie I haven't even seen, man. It's not fair.
Requiem.
I have only good things to say about Requiem for a Dream.
Like it was an it was an Aronofsky. Oh my God, I'm so great. And I think at that time, because this is 2000, that may have been, because that was early on in his career as well. That very well could have been like an indie.
Did he do Run Lola Run?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
We're gonna have a whole segment I'm gonna
No, he did not.
transpose.
Tom Tykwer.
It kind of looked like Run Lola Run, but it's also just like of that time period, I think. 90s or whatever, early 2000s.
Interesting. But yeah, it's got a very indie feeling. It could have been very indie. It was one of Jared Leto's first, I think that might have been his first lead role, actually. It was one of his first things.
Is Jared Leto related to Jay Leno at all?
No. Jared Leto?
Every time someone says Jared Leto, I'm just like, where's, he reminds me of Jay.
I don't think so. I could be wrong. But it's one of his earlier like leads. Jennifer Connelly's been around forever, and we know her in so many things. But it could have been considered an indie, like a bigger budgeted indie.
I thought it seemed like it had some budget. It had a lot of
it had some names,
effects and big like there were.
Because even Sarah was played.
It wasn't like a big budget movie. It wasn't like it was too depressing to be a big budget movie. I feel like they wouldn't put that stuff.
That's her last
They wouldn't pay. No one would fund it because it's too depressing. It wouldn't probably.
It's real dark and fucked.
It's hard to be like, oh, this is gonna make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Like some superhero movie or something like that. Like, but yeah, the scene that we're doing is, here I'll set it up because I'm supposedly the director of this whole scene, this whole business here. You are playing the mother, and Harry is visiting the mother to say hello and to tell about his girlfriend, and just sort of update her life. This is what's going on. I know because I haven't seen the movie and I could just make it up. And you're basically remembering that you're going to go on the TV show. You're on amphetamines.
Yeah, okay.
This is early in your
my
addiction arc. You've lost 25 pounds already in a couple weeks.
Exactly what drug was she on, and how can I get some?
Yeah, okay. I mean, she got it through a doctor in the show, apparently.
Well, then I can't get
in the movie.
Yeah.
I saw a scene where...
I think I remember her actually getting it prescribed. I could be wrong. Continue.
Yeah.
It's been a few years since I've seen it, but...
It's like, she just like... back in the day, you could just kind of tell a doctor anything.
Yeah.
It's not, the good times are not here anymore.
Now they just want your money for it.
Yeah, now you've got to like go... really... like get hit by a car or something and get painkillers that way. Anyway, let's get back to this really depressing. I'm going to take my shot after saying that.
Man, I'm so like, since I found out that this is, I've just been so excited to have you actually watch the actual film and then see what he's going to call me up like, God damn it. And I'm never watching that again.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks too sad.
I mean, it is that.
It is, yeah.
It is that.
I know it ends miserably for everyone. And those movies don't do it for me.
Well, yeah, you're not going to like this one at all. You're really not going to like this one.
Like, my favorite movies like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure type shit.
You're going to hate this. But I think that's one thing that I love about Aronofsky. He takes risks like that. And I wouldn't even say it's a risk. I love that he did it. There is no happy ending in this film.
I bet it. Yeah.
I mean, if you're thinking like an addict, I guess there could be a little bit of a happy ending, like with his girlfriend. But from just watching it,
does she get clean?
No.
Well, what's the happy ending with her?
Have you never? He doesn't know the butt to butt scene.
Butt to butt?
I'm not telling you. Oh man,
okay, yeah, you're making me want to see it. Maybe next episode.
That makes you want to see it.
Butt to butt. It sounds good. Like two things I like.
No, it's harrowing. It's harrowing. The way
yeah, I mean,
okay. And I love that he did that. I love that everybody it is just gnarly, and I think that that's a fantastic thing. He's like, no, nobody's getting out of this alive.
It seems like a really well done.
It's a risk, and I loved it.
Like anti-drug film. Not that.
Very much.
I'm sure it's like, yeah, the drugs will tear your life apart. Addiction's a horrible thing.
Yeah,
like I'm not.
Yeah.
But like. Just the clips that I've seen, it's all like,
itself.
I'm sure the clips that I've seen are all the most like, I don't know, kind of action packed, like kind of like drug trippy, weird editing, and that always translates very rough to film. I think you know, but also I think a lot of anti-drug advertisements stole like imagery and like kind of the look of Requiem for a Dream.
I believe that because it's dark.
I'm thinking of that stuff whenever I see Requiem for a Dream now. Like, it's a little corny, like, but I'm like, oh, it's probably like, this is your brain on drugs, and then they smash the like that stuff is all
Did you
kind
see
of
the clip
reminds
with
me of the look.
Did you see the clip with the refrigerator?
I
where
did.
them-
That's what I was
yeah,
thinking of, but
yeah.
you know, something about
Very
that,
much
like
so, yeah.
the dingy apartment look. You know, not that I mean,
Very
drugs
greedy,
are
very
definitely done
grainy.
in dingy apartments.
Well,
though,
sure,
so
yeah,
it's
but
like,
not exclusively.
yeah. I mean,
no.
they're in alleyways. They never show the alleyway, you know.
Ooh, do they in that one? They do.
Well, maybe.
But yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway,
Yes,
yeah.
very heavy on the drugs.
Do you want to do the younger version first? How you would have done it when you were a young whippersnapper, just, you know, entering the film world for the first time, film and theater world?
So, and just for context, like, one, it would have been hard to imagine being a mom. So I don't know that younger Shelley would have even thought about being a mom.
We've all had a mother.
Well, yeah, but I don't
presumably.
like mine. That's where mimicking would probably come in. Like, I am not a mother. Specifically, I wasn't a mom.
But you know your mom really well and her motivations.
Mom. Yeah. So I'd be like, okay, maybe I'll mimic my mom, or like my sister who raised my nieces and that were of that age. Like, maybe I'll think of them. It may have been.
The things that, you know, a mother who cared about her children would care about.
Because I wasn't, I probably would have put that on like the back burner, and I would have been like, okay, so she's fucked up on drugs right now, which at the time I definitely didn't know what that looked like either. But I'm gonna pretend, because I watched all these movies where people are fucked up. Like, I don't know that I would have done research. I should have been like, well, I've seen shit where people are fucked up, so I'm just gonna pretend that I know what being fucked up on amphetamines is.
Back in my heyday of
still don't know
of acting in when I was in high school, in the high school theater, I played a drunken. It was like a script written by a student, and it was a drunken cowboy.
Oh my gosh!
It was the most pretentious shit in the world. I've never even drunk when I played this guy. I was a very straight and narrow, you know, freshman or whatever, like. And
did you overdo? Like, were you like stumbling?
I was stumbling all over the place. I was supposed to be like an alcoholic, like, like angel, like devil on his shoulder, like just let it go, man. Have some alcohol and like don't just give up or whatever, you know. And yeah, I'm sure it was one of the performances of a lifetime.
One of my favorite things is to watch people pretend to be drunk. It's so, because way back in the day, I would have done the same thing. I would have been like stumbling over and like, and then you grow up and you get drunk and you're like, no, it's the giveaway is when you're like, hey, can you pick me up in the car? Fuck. It's so funny. Anyways.
That's one of the things that I liked about the clips that I've seen is that their performances of playing how they are, aside from like when they have a lot of shots of just like them in a fetal position, like,
sure,
you know,
I mean, you still got to set them.
I imagine that happens too. You know, they're very subtle. Like it's almost like it could be like they're on caffeine almost. Some of them, like very just like, oh, they're just had a coffee.
Yeah,
you know?
just had a coffee. But it is an addict who would be used to that drug as often as they would be having it. That is how they would act. Yeah, it's just like a functional alcoholic.
Off screen.
Okay, so that's what I would do. I'd probably lean into the, okay, well, I'm going to act a little fucked up because she's obviously, and like, I've only just perused it while you were talking. There is an umbrella of delusion to this. So I guess like Green Shelley would probably lean more towards delusional.
That's fair.
That's what's reading on this is delusion. I'd be like, oh, well, I know delusional.
I have my own. I'm gonna hold off my thoughts until after you do it the first time at least, because I don't want to influence your performance too much. But yeah, just there's so much going on here to work with.
Also, hilariously, and this is just a personal note, I don't know that I would have done like when I started acting, which was it was definitely before this film came out. But when this film came out, I had a blatant aversion to drugs. I hated everything to do with drugs. I had terrible experiences with them, not taking them, but I had terrible experiences with them, so I wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't watch this film for probably 10 years after it came out because I hated drugs so much. I knew that was what the film was about. If somebody gave me this and said, do it, I probably would have had a breakdown. Or just wouldn't have done it.
I mean, it's a very serious matter. As much as that's the way I get through it, though, is I make jokes.
Yeah, but now...
Because addiction is a real thing. Like,
well, and that's the thing. Now if I have such an aversion to something, they're like, hey, this is what this is about. I'm like, well, I guess I'm about to work through some shit. All right, let's go. Therapy.
I have the easy part, too. So I formatted it slightly. I broke it up. There were pauses that I thought were natural.
There were beats. Okay.
Yeah, that I kind of...
Is that where you put the spaces?
The spaces.
Okay.
So...
Fun fact.
A little behind the scenes for the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you ready? I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. What's the big deal about the red dress?
I'm going to wear that. You don't know. I'm going to be on television.
Who's pulling your leg?
No. I'm telling you, I'm going to be a contestant on television. I don't know when yet. They haven't told me yet. But you'll see how proud you are when you see your mother in a red dress, television, and golden shoes.
What's the big deal about being on television? Those pills you're taking will kill you before you ever got on, for Christ's sake.
Big deal. You drove up in a cab. Did you see who was in the best seat? I'm somebody now, Harry. Everybody likes me. Soon millions of people will see me and they'll all like me. I'll tell them about you, your father, how good he was to us. Remember? It's a reason to get up in the morning. It's a reason to lose weight, to fit into that dress. It's a reason to smile. It makes tomorrow all right. What have I got, Harry? Why should I even make the bed or wash the dishes? I do them, but why should I? I'm alone. Your father's gone. You're gone. I've got no one to care for. What have I got, Harry? I'm lonely. I'm old.
You got friends, Ma.
It's not the same. They don't need me. I like the way I feel. I like thinking about the red dress and the television and you and your father. Now, when I get the sun, I smile. Yeah.
Putting it in the mic.
Yeah. Delusional.
And when was that performance from again?
Oh, that was Green Shelley.
That was Green
That
Shelley
was Baby
from
Shelley.
10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago?
If we go... so I was doing acting when this film came out. So let's say it was when this film came out, which was 2000. So let's...
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2000 is 26 years ago. I'm like, I don't want to dox myself by saying the year. 26 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
God dang.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you feel?
And Delusional was the only, like...
If you were to see that performance now, would you be like, what would your notes be if you had any?
Oh my God, every actor has every note about themselves. We don't have enough time for that. Slow down, sit in it more, probably less up. There are definitely some downbeats, which Baby Shelley wouldn't have really necessarily sat in.
Downbeat. What's the difference between up
Up
upbeat
as in
and
like
a downbeat?
happy,
Okay,
jovial.
Yeah, okay. Upbeat is literally
Down
upbeat.
is
It's not that it was
like-
like a special acting term.
Down is like
I would just
sad.
look
Not
like a
necessarily
doofus.
sad, but if we're using a generic term.
I know what upbeat means, people. I'm just like, don't leave a comment.
So yeah, that's it. And there's definitely like there's a relationship here that I don't think I would have realized to when I say sit with, like really take it in. Like I'm talking to my son, but that's a like capital son. It's not just a guy.
Yeah. I think only
I'm
son
talking
too.
to my son. Yeah, only son. So
If that makes a
that's a
difference.
big deal. He's come to visit me. He doesn't live with me. I've already made the note that he's gone, but he's come to visit me, and like I should have a feeling about that. Which Baby Shelley probably back at this time I wouldn't have. I don't know that I necessarily would have spent time on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much that we can't even unpack it all in this show. Like, that's why I like this piece
That's
so
a
much.
lot.
It kind of was one of my favorite that I've brought onto the show so far.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Not to toot my own horn too much, but I didn't write this,
I
so
mean,
whatever. Just having to stumble across this, basically.
You gave me quite. I mean, it's fun. I like it.
Seems
it's a lot.
very difficult. Like,
It
this is
very
one you'd have to
difficult.
sit with.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I thought it'd be exciting, too, because
so
it's like,
many things.
I imagine, there's no, like, doing this in a sight reading is a big ask.
There's a lot of things here.
So I
which
think it was a
makes
wise
fun.
choice to do the younger version first. Sort of give yourself a warm up, because I would have done that. I would have been like, could I have 2 younger versions and then
No, but I mean, that's the other thing too. I'm not going out for an audition right now.
What has changed in your? You say that, like, back in the day you were terrified of drugs.
Yeah.
Or at least you hated them, and had different feelings. I don't think you like love drugs and addiction now.
No,
what
I
has
don't.
changed?
No.
Like, what has changed with you? How you sort of see it?
I haven't had, like, back then I had very personal experiences. Like, I was forced to take drugs and I didn't want to, so I hated them for that reason. And there were other reasons too, but like, I have since not had to deal with that personally. Like, I have dealt with it in therapy and all that and gotten over it, and it's fine. The people that were doing the drugs back then were fucking awful people that did terrible things. I have since met people that recreationally indulge, and they are perfectly fine fucking human beings that are just having a day off.
So
just
yeah,
like,
you think there's
just like
it's
I
not a
go
black
out
and white issue as much.
Yeah, there's definitely gray areas, and I just had to get past my trauma to realize that there are gray areas.
Yeah. I know we haven't done any work. I know you hire me for a completely different reason to work on completely different
All that
issues
other
other
stuff.
than the drug
Yeah.
stuff. My buddy Dave took care of that back in the day. Like, he gave me the rec. He was like, this patient's a gold mine.
Well, it's also addiction when you're young. Addiction is something that you usually, when you're very, very young, you have to deal with. It's not until you get older that you realize that addiction is a disease.
Yeah.
So you have to have grace in that. Back then, I did not have grace whatsoever with it. I have grace now.
Well, that's age. I mean,
Yeah,
how
that's
old?
just living.
26 years ago when this came out, we were just a lifetime ago.
I was a freshman.
On the streets, that's 2 lives. Like,
no, I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully you
I
have
did
more
not know
grace than
anything
8th and 8th
about
grader.
this. Delusional, maybe a little bit. I'd be like, oh yeah, I know when I've thought about this boy that I liked, and maybe there's that's the only thing.
That was,
delusional
I will say, I loved your performance. If it was from that time period, it was like, man, that's a good 8th grader, I guess. Like, she's like, can act a little. She's aware of the act. But it was you performing as the 8th grader.
Yeah.
It was like, a very good, it was very 8th grader.
Okay, good. That's what I was like.
I liked it. I wasn't sure what it was. I was like 10 years ago. I was like, come on, Shelley.
You're better than that.
You're better than that, Shelley.
No,
26 years. Okay, that makes you, that's like nailed it. Like,
this was very baby Shelley. Shelley, the only thing that I would have been able to hook onto is delusional. And the only delusion I had back then would have been about like a boy.
Fair.
Or I was obsessed with Buffy
Same.
the Vampire Slayer, and maybe she'd call me. Like, those are the delusions I was playing with.
Yeah.
So it was very much kind of bubblegummy.
I mean, it's like if you were playing, like, I don't know, the war vet in some,
Yeah, right.
how are we going to call upon the emotions of that?
Exactly.
It's difficult. So you have to take a journey through, I don't know, that one thing that happened in JV football.
Exactly.
I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
so
now we have a lifetime
Yep.
to draw upon.
Yeah. Now there's a
that
lot
we can
more.
channel. Now we're really getting judged with this next performance. Because I also did. I thought I did a bad job. I didn't do 26 years ago. I did about 10 years ago of acting. I feel like I did 5 years ago. That's how bad I did.
You didn't.
You know, I was aiming for 10. I did 5 years ago of my acting. But because,
Yeah, I mean, you're a fine reader. I would be the one that would literally call you out on our podcast and be like, "No, we're doing that again."
I wasn't
Where the
reading. I
fuck
was
are you
acting
at
back
right
there,
now?
man. Like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
But
It's like,
you're still reading.
fine reader. I was looking
I
for good
love
actor. Well, I have less lines, so it's.
Well, also, we're not off book.
Yeah.
So we're still
That's-
reading from the script.
I'll lean on that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the excuse.
Yeah.
We're gonna do today. This is the one where all the marbles, man.
That's a lot.
All the marbles. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have some coffee on screen because I said it was like coffee was a euphemism last time I was talking about it. I was like, I gotta do it off screen. I got a little table of cocaine over here or some shit.
Speaking
Like,
of drug, yeah.
just didn't want to show the brand of coffee.
Ooh, yeah, because they're not paying us yet.
Okay. And besides, you know, I say all this judgment, no judgment, man. We're soireeing.
We are soiree.
We're not even acting.
No,
like,
it's just so good.
We're just playing around,
It's so
soireeing,
good.
having a good
I mean,
time.
she did
like,
so amazing in this role. It's just one of those things too where you're like, man, you can't do better than this. Let's go. Okay.
yeah, let's just shit this brick. Let's do it.
Let's shit this brick.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you always start a scene.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're ready? I don't know, you know.
Okay.
What's the big deal about the red dress?
I'm gonna wear that. You don't know. I'm gonna be on television.
Come on, Mom. Who's pulling your leg?
No. I'm telling you, I'm going to be a contestant on television. I don't know when yet, and they haven't told me when yet, but you'll see how proud you are when you see your mother in the red dress, television, and golden shoes.
What's the big deal about being on television? Those pills you're taking will kill you before you even get on, for Christ's sake.
Big deal? You drove up in a cab. Did you see who has the best seat? I'm somebody now, Harry. Everybody likes me. Soon millions of people will see me and they'll all like me. I'll tell them about you, your father. How good he was to us. Remember? It's a reason to get up in the morning. It's a reason to lose weight, to fit in the red dress. It's a reason to smile. It makes tomorrow all right. What have I got, Harry? Why should I even make the bed or wash the dishes? Why do them? I do, but why should I? I am alone. Your father's gone. You're gone. I have no one to care for me. What have I got, Harry? I'm lonely. I'm old.
Good friends, Ma.
It's not the same, okay? They don't need me. I like the way that I feel. I like thinking about the red dress and the television and your father. And now I like the sun. It feels good. Scene. Did it.
Oh, well, I fucked up my lines.
I didn't even notice.
I left you hanging there for a second.
I didn't even know where you left me hanging.
That was,
It doesn't matter.
when, you know,
Oh, what's the big
somewhere
deal
in
about
the
being
middle.
on?
One of my two lines,
Yeah.
I forgot.
What's the big deal about being on? Yeah, no, you're fine.
I was trying to, like, you know, be like, oh, well, I got to keep looking at the script. But I was like, I feel like if I was the son, I wouldn't be looking at the script, you know?
Well, no, they don't have any scripts in the movies.
If it was real life, that
You're
wouldn't
not
be
usually
there.
holding them.
I'd be looking at it and be like, Mom, there's trouble. Like, you're troubled right now. Mother, you're in a bad spot. Like,
Fucked up,
yeah,
lady.
and I'm on drugs too. Oh, I'm doing drugs.
We are
I'm like, I'm
fucked up,
recognizing the
lady.
symptoms. That's what I'm
The
thinking.
game recognizes
Yeah.
game. What you
But I
got?
can't say. I can't be like, Mom, I'm doing all this fucking,
Yeah.
you know,
Heroin's
jack on the
mine.
side.
I think his was heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did my research. I know that he was on heroin.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways,
that's round number 2.
that was round number 2.
How do you feel?
Emotional.
Do you want to? What were you? Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
No,
like,
go ahead.
You know, I
It's
don't
what
want
this
to.
chair is for. You ask away.
What were you drawing on? Do you think you were drawing on your own personal
I
experiences?
wasn't drawing on it. No, I wasn't drawing on a personal experience. I mean, there's a little bit there because she has this absolute desire to be wanted and like she says that people don't need her, but I don't think she wants to be needed necessarily. She just wants everybody will know her, everybody will see her. She wants to be
I imagine
coveted.
the television, is part of it. Is like she
wants
likes
to
the
be
TV so
seen.
much.
Yeah.
She's watching the TV.
Yeah.
She feels like she needs it almost, and so
Yeah.
she's like, "What if I'm on the other end of that?
Exactly.
I'm needed,
Yeah.
like I was when I was, wife and had
and
a kid, and
there's a little bit of that because I mean, actor would love to be seen. So there's some of that there. Like, yeah, that would be fucking amazing, and that's all really I could pull off of that one. That's really all personally I pulled. It was more of leaning into there's a relationship here. You get to be on it, like, oh, that's why, like, there was such a flip of, like, she was delusional, and then all of a sudden she's like, well, what the fuck do I have? Like, you can bark at your sibling. It didn't have to mother son, but, like, even my brothers, I could do that. I could be like, oh my God, it was such a good time. And then you do something like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you can flip like that. You just have more license to do that, I think, with family and with siblings. So there was that. Really, that was it. But it was mostly, she's got all these desires just without, with no
That's
reason
all these
whatsoever.
dreams
Yes.
that have yet to be requiemed.
Yes. And she thinks she is delusional. She thinks that she's going to get them. So you can't, it wasn't like, hey, I'm delusional, I'm going into this. It was, no, these are my dreams and I'm going to get these and I feel very strongly about them, and you have to lean into those feelings.
I feel like, that delusion that she has is almost like part of it is like... We know
it's a delusion, she does not.
I almost feel like there's part of it where she, almost the reason she's doing drugs is because she knows it's a delusion. Like, is to comfort herself in the dream, the grief that she's feeling for the fact that these dreams will never be realized.
Yeah.
And that the dream that has already been requiemed, you could say, because her husband's passed away. She doesn't feel like she's being visited by her child. And like, she's lonely and old is what she says. Like, she's already in a place of pain, even before, that's why she's taking the drugs. Like, that's why she wants to have these dreams where she's wanted, because she's already in a place of suffering.
Yep.
Like, something like, that's why I liked what you were saying about, like, the television is like, you as an actor, you have this
her
desire.
addiction just as much as the drugs.
Yeah,
like this whole thing, especially the TV. I won't even say the TV necessarily, but like her dream is an addiction.
Yeah,
like it is really
she
running
can't give
everything
it up.
She fucking does.
She can't give up that dream.
Yeah.
That's why she keeps going back to this drug to support that dream, because she can't handle the grief.
Yep. Of not having it.
Of all this, or the life grief of her husband passing, and like, there's all this stuff that's even before the movie begins that we miss. Yeah. Like, and
Homegirl's got.
That's what I inferred from the scenes I saw on YouTube.
There's a lot there. There's a lot there.
That's why I was like, John, off of that, like, it's already so much.
Just because she's on
imagine
drugs
there's
even
more I'm missing.
Just because she's on drugs doesn't mean she's not feeling that. She could be feeling them even more.
Yeah.
They're all still there. She's just fucked up as well.
And that feeling, I imagine that it's
a lot.
Such a relatable stuff too. This, because we all have grief. We all have these things that hurt us, and it's a thing, like a grief for stuff that isn't necessarily related to people dying, that it goes back to dreams that she has that aren't fulfilled.
There's a loss of a dream. There's a loss of, like, she used to be able to fit in that red dress, but she doesn't anymore. And let me tell you how the way a woman's body will change that will make you feel like a piece of shit. Like, there's a loss in your old body versus your, like, there's
we're talking about 26 years that have passed.
I mean, granted, 8th grade is
I don't want to be my 8th grade self either, but
I will never have my fucking high school body or college body ever again. Unless
it's tough.
It is tough. There's a lot of loss there. And she's just reeling. And
it's all very relatable, which is why we feel hurt watching it. We don't want this to happen to her.
And a good actor will make you do that. Like, she was phenomenal in this role, because you literally are like, bitch, you are fucked up. But also you feel so bad for her.
It makes you want to do a little fucking amphetamines just to escape, watching this movie. That's what I need a drink.
That or just put her out of her misery. Like, oh my God, she's never going to come back from this. And this is all she's going to do the rest of her life, is chase this dream that's never going to happen. It's tough. So sad.
So she needs help. She needs like a community.
Yeah.
And it's like they talk about like one of my lines is, "You got friends, Ma?" So be like the idea that like she throws them under the bus. She doesn't even feel like she has community in
and
that
it's
way
I
either.
don't know.
Like, and,
I don't know if you saw any clips with this, but like the friends that he's referencing. So she lives in an apartment complex, like a slums, and it's
row of
all
ladies,
the old ladies.
yeah.
Like those are her friends. And that's not to say that those aren't her friends, but if you have a delusion and they're not jumping on board with you, if you're so strongly about that, you might cut them off real quick. There is another loss. Yeah, she's got a lot going on.
Yeah,
that's a hefty role, and she did amazing at it.
No, it's
Whew.
no you. I'm sorry that I tried to. I wasn't sure if you'd seen this movie, before.
I have, but it's been a long. It has been.
I try to pull
people
people that performances that you aren't familiar with because it can really affect things. I don't know if you know. Like,
but that's not her. It's actually fun, and I got excited when I saw I was doing her because her role is not what I like. I was more not even close to the age of, but like really in age. It was Harry and his girlfriend. I would have never like.
I'm always trying to challenge you, man. I'm trying to throw you a curveball every episode.
No, I like it. This was I still thought it was going to be Miriam. So when I saw it was Sarah, I was like, oh, that's different. I like it.
Trying to make you step out of your comfort zone. I had you do a Matador-esque one episode. I've never seen you do that. I figured you had to pull on something that I don't know if that episode we actually had files for, if they got corrupted. I don't know if that's the hidden lost episode.
I don't think that was the one that got. Well, it doesn't matter.
Maybe it was the first test episode. We have a whole season that we haven't showed you people.
Yeah, we do.
Well,
that was fun.
Let's go back to the outline and go back to. I think we're coming to a close of this whole thing, this whole journey, this soiree of ours. Do you have any requests for next week? I feel like I've given you 2 weeks ago or 2 episodes ago. Over the holidays, you asked me for dramatic pieces, and I tried to give you a couple. I gave you Silence of the Lambs, and I gave you this one. Fun. I didn't give you a dramatic television show piece, though, so you got me there. I was curious if you want to go to... I have ideas that I don't know if you'll like about...
Oh, that just pulls me right in. What?
Maybe something where it's several smaller pieces.
Same character, smaller pieces?
Okay, I'm gonna spoil it. I was watching you may hate this. This is why I say you won't like it.
Okay.
I was looking at old advertisements.
Oh god.
Yeah, what did I say? Yeah, basically terrible.
You're talking about ShamWow?
You know what? No, I wasn't like infomercials. Like old Hot Wheels commercial. There's one Danimals commercial. I was like, she'd be great for this Danimals commercial.
Where are you catching Danimals commercials? First question.
It was. I looked up I was just like, man, it'd be funny. It'd be funny if I made you do advertisements, but I was like, I don't want to be mean, because they're terrible.
Because we'd still have a conversation of in the knowledge that I have and the experience that I have, how different a commercial
is. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, we could talk about your experiences on commercials. Yeah, there would be the type of. It's not like it's. No one likes it. No one's like, oh, I really got into the role of Folger's father. But that's like every actor has done commercials.
Yeah.
But I was looking up best commercials. So and it became maybe some a bunch of 90s and early 2000s commercials.
Just do it.
Bunch of
Don't tell me. I'll look it up. Don't tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I was also thinking we do an animated piece.
Okay.
Where it's voiceover
stuff.
So
it's a voiceover. That's fun.
But I was. It's tough too because finding a monologue or something that's not so much. I'm trying not to have to do too much acting because I'm not an actor. I'm a consumer. But sometimes I like to play around. Maybe I have. You wouldn't be too offended if I had more than 3 lines, would you?
No, I wouldn't be offended if you have more lines than me, because there's also...
No, that's not happening.
Yes, but hear what I'm going to say. There's also a lot in that, because a lot of acting is also listening. So
how you listen. That's what I say. I don't want to look at the script while you're talking. I want to put the pressure, because if we were doing that scene with Sarah and Harry, I would have been there like, Mom, you're fucked up. Like, oh, amphetamines. not
on
like
amphetamines.
sitting, like, because that's what goes back to this setting we have, you know?
Yep.
And trying to do a scene in this setting is very difficult. But that's part of the challenge that I like. And at the same time, I'm like, hey, maybe one day we throw a curveball. Like, I'm always trying to throw a curveball your way.
Curveball.
Like, I
It'd
get
be
a green
cool.
screen going or something,
Yeah.
and I'm like, there's just a canyon behind you or something. And like,
But I only see green. That's a big acting.
something like that.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you have to deal with the,
Oh, it'd be so much fun.
something not actually being there, the editing later.
Oh, it'd be so much fun.
We'll try it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Eventually. I'm always trying to spice it up.
You are welcome to bring your ideas to the next time. I don't have a preference.
Request? That means I get to do wildcard episode. I'm very happy
do a
about
wildcard episode. I'll mull over what I think would be fun to do after for the next episode. After that.
Do you have anything else you're working on that you want the myriad of fans that we have to check out?
No. I think I'm going to start a new avenue of social media. I hate it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But that's just how you're fucking seen anymore. So I think I'm going to start that. I think I'm going to start that this month and keep on going, and that's going to be kind of based around work. So if I eventually do, if I do it and it takes off, I'll talk more about it. Other than that, I had an audition that went really great. They weren't due until tomorrow, though, so I won't hear about possible callbacks for a while. But fingers crossed.
Hey, cheers!
It was a lot of fun.
Good luck.
That's it. The holidays are very quiet in this industry.
Send them this. Be like, what do you think about this?
Oh, sure,
reading?
Yeah, no. All my auditions, I won't audition. I'll just send them the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, this is me.
Don't put
Fucking
the time
book
code
me.
of when you're you're doing the readings. Just anything you want to shout out?
I was gonna shout out their coffee. No.
The coffee? Don't shout my coffee company out that I bought from. These guys have enough money.
No. I will say thanks for sticking with us for the entire episode. If you did, sorry about the screaming cat. I don't know what his fucking deal was.
People pay a lot of money to hear a cat, man.
Okay, well, pay me.
Yeah.
You can pay us.
We'll
If
figure out
that's
some
your thing. If your thing is a
subscribe
screaming
and like.
cat, yeah, and
Do
tell
all
us
that. I
in the
gotta tell people to
comments.
do that more. I'm gonna make us do the beginning of the next.
And if
session
you have
episode.
recommendations, if any
anything
of you
we
wanna
should
see
do,
something,
anything you want us to do, we'll do,
Yes.
man.
I am open for.
All challengers,
Yes.
Give us a hard one. Shelly will do it. She's
I
not
will.
afraid.
I will. I'll do it.
But I think I'm good to go. No shout outs, no nothing. No one deserves my praise. Besides, check out Shelly's work. Bye.